Hi there guys, and welcome to Vintage Van Life. So, as you can see, the weather today is not very nice. Today is the first day that we're driving back to Sussex, and I haven't driven my camper on the road for, not properly anyway, for over 4 months since the spring broke. So we've got a lot of miles to do today, and I was hoping that it wouldn't be raining, but never mind, can't get everything. So if you guys remember from the last episode, my air suspension boots, they're pumped up and kind of working, but the air pipes themselves are a bit perished and they are letting out some pressure. However, I pumped it up days ago and they have maintained enough pressure that they are keeping the suspension up rather than being completely compressed. So this time, instead of loading everything that I own, which I've kept in this caravan, into my camper, now it is split between my camper and Jolie's. So long story short, Jolie was staying here looking after my aunt's dogs, and I was staying in Jolie's van back in Sussex, and I drove Jolie's van here, pick up my van, so now we have 2 vehicles to take home. So double the fuel costs. Right, so myself and Jolie have filled up our tanks, and we've got, well, we're stopping off somewhere in 215 miles, and then from there it's probably another 50 miles or so. So, a lot of driving today. Sad about the weather, but what can you do? How's it going?
Oh, man, the rains has come on pretty.
It's been miserable.
Nasty, isn't it? But I think it's stopped now.
How's the camper driving?
Right, it's a bit smelly because it's been damp in here. It's not me. What are you doing, Alex?
I'm just pumping up the suspension, so the right hand side, that's fine, but the left, which is known for going down, it's actually been driving really nicely, but it's pretty much maxed out, flattened.
Now it's about, I don't know, 5 hours later or more, and we're back in Sussex. We've dropped Jolie's van off at my friend's farm, and I've got a passenger.
That's me! A little hitchhiker.
How was the journey for you?
Yeah, fine. I had a little issue with the wipers.
Yeah, I think a bit of damp maybe got on the circuit.
Yeah, but no, very smooth. Only a little bit of traffic, wasn't it?
It's been about 8 hours of driving overall, including stops. So we're just going to go to the local Fox and Hound pub and get a good slap-up meal.
Cider.
Well, the Fox and Hound said the kitchen was closed. So then we thought we'd go to Harvester, kitchen closed. Where else can you go late at night to get food? Now it's all systems go at the moment. I have been clearing the van all day, and I've taken a load of stuff to my parents' house to put in the loft, things that I was keeping in Wales, and a load of other stuff going here and there, blah 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 blah, and basically just trying to tidy this mess, because now that my van is back, Jolie has her van back, I need to start living in here again, and at the moment it's too messy. Well, I've spent a good few hours tidying up in here, making it homely. It's been such a long time since I've actually stayed in this van. It's really, really refreshing. And I've been staying in Jolie's van while she was in Wales. I had her van here in Sussex. And hers is like a proper camper van, like a Talbot camper, and it's great for space, but there's something really cozy about my van, and the fact that it's no wider than a normal modern day car. Obviously it's a lot longer and taller, but it's a fairly compact space, but it's my own. And I've just reminded myself why I put in all the effort over the last few years, and why I'm going to continue putting the effort in to get this van how I want it to be. It's been a few days since I got home back to Sussex, and these LEDs are a bit harsh. I'm going to put on something a bit softer. Ah, that's better. Now, I have not been doing the proper actual van life in here, not really. Occasionally I will be completely like off-grid and stuff and in the middle of nowhere, but I'm either normally parking at my aunt's in Wales or with my friend here, so I'm able to kind of keep my battery charged and everything. And although I've got a fully functioning toilet, I don't have a shower. I do have my oven and everything, but due to work coming up over the next few days, I'm going to be working tomorrow at a place called Middle Farm in Firle, which is not too far from here, and it's a little farm shop where I just do some work in the tea room. And then over the next couple of days I'm going to be doing a couple of shifts at Brooklands. Now, Brooklands is a motoring and aviation museum, and it'll be my first actual shift there, so it's a 0-hour contract job, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I haven't had a chance to get up there yet because of all the vehicle troubles that I've been having, but it is basically a 100-mile round trip, and it does mean going on the old motorways towards the London direction, which are notoriously congested, and in a vehicle like this it just isn't ideal. So I'm going to be doing the proper van life thing, and after my shift tomorrow in Firle, I'm going to drive up in the night as close to Brooklands as I can find, so then in the morning I only have to start up and drive a short distance to get there, and then I'm going to stay up there until I finish my shift on Friday and then come home. So I will be completely off-gridding it, as it were, and I'll make sure that I have my water supply. And it's not like I'm going to the middle of nowhere, to be fair, but it's going to be a fun experience for sure. And at some point I can't wait when I finally finish this van. You know, it's taken me years just to get this far, but I'm not working on it all the time. You know, I work on it very periodically because I have to earn money somewhere. And my YouTube channel, you know, I love making these videos, love chatting to you guys in the comment section, but it doesn't earn me any money, so I do have to have jobs, places. So, you know, I could have probably built this van in a fraction of the time if I had the funds and the time to do it, but like everyone else, I have to prioritize other things sometimes. So thought I'd give you guys an update, but I'm gonna settle in for the night and then, yeah, chat to you guys in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. So I'm just getting ready for my shift, and I'm going to no longer have the luxury of being able to put my battery on mains charge once I drive away from here. So I'm just going to get ready, pump up the suspension, and then head off to work. Right, so now I've just got to make sure everything's ready for transit, because you leave things out like the kettle on the stove or whatever, and you drive down the road and it all just goes everywhere. I did laundry yesterday, and I haven't got round to drying my clothes, forgot about it. They've been in a clump in the front, including my work clothes. So I've got my trousers there, but I think I'm going to be a bit damp at work today. Ooh. Right, let's hope that she starts. Yes. Well, I'm the first one here at work, so I'm going to go and get ready for my shift and then come back, and this evening drive up towards London well after the rush hour, hopefully. Okay, so it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. it's been a beautiful day today, hence why it's still just about light. And I'm just about to head up to Brooklands, so I've got a full tank of water and everything I need, I think. So hopefully by doing this I'm going to bypass all of that horrible traffic that you get on the way to London, and I can get nice and close. So yeah, off we go again. So even when you have really good plans, sometimes it kind of backfires. So I'm now stuck here on the motorway. I think there's been an accident or something, and we've been at standstill for quite some time now. It doesn't seem like it's going to be moving anytime soon. There's been a lot of ambulances. So this is a motorway that has something called a hard shoulder, which is a lane that you're not allowed to drive in, that you can use if you break down, or in the case of emergencies, emergency vehicles can use it. And someone had a really clever idea to create something called a smart motorway, which is where you don't have a hard shoulder. And I've spoke to various people that work either on the force, like the police, or people that work for the breakdown, and they're not so keen on this smart motorway. They don't say it's so smart. They said it a bit stronger than that, but anyway. So here I am, stuck on the motorway. Great. We've now been at a standstill for, must be coming up for about an hour. No idea what's going on. Everyone's turning off their lights. Everyone's just sitting here waiting. This is the last thing I wanted to do after a whole day at work before working tomorrow first thing in the morning. I want to introduce you guys to someone who very rarely comes out on camera, or never. So this is Larry, and Larry is a spider who, ever since I've owned this, whether it's been the same spider I don't know, has been building a web in the corner of my windscreen. Now, most people would destroy the web, but not me, because I got a system with Larry that he will eat flies. I just ask him not to put a web against the steering wheel, because every time I drive the van it will of course be broken. So yeah, we've got a system going on, a symbiotic relationship. Now, a couple of miles away from Brooklands, I'm just parked up on some random residential road that seemed fairly quiet, and it's nearly 10 o'clock and I was stuck in that traffic jam for ages, and then once it finally shifted it was fine, but I'm exhausted now. So I'm gonna get the heater on and make some food, call it a night I think. Alright, let's get this bad boy going. If any of you guys are interested in how this heater works, one of my early videos was on this very one. So before anyone gets angry in the comments about paraffin heaters and stuff, like, I do not leave this lit at night. I make sure it's well ventilated in here and only have it on for a short time, but it does the job nicely. So yeah. So tonight's cuisine is going to be a pizza, and I find when you cook pizzas in this tiny little oven, what actually works best is cut the pizza in half and just do it in two halves. Although it will fit in one go, what tends to happen is it will burn the underside of whatever is closest to the flames at the back, so just have to be a bit patient. But I mean, look on the plus side, I'm just parked up on some random road. I've got my oven, I've got my pizza here, I've got my heater on, I've got my beautiful internal lighting, I've got my bed waiting for me. Like, van life is the life. There we go, one half of the pizza cooked, other part pending. Right, well, good morning everyone. I slept very well considering that traffic jam I was stuck in, so I'm not surprised. So I've been up, I had breakfast, I made a cup of tea and everything, I brushed my teeth, and now I'm just going to make my way down to Brooklands and see where I have to park and take it from there, I guess. Well, I have arrived. Let's see what my first shift is like. So my role here at Brooklands is a museum educator. So I'm one of a few people on the team that will be taking school groups and teaching them the rules of flight or how to build cars and things using various different models, and also taking them around the museum and such. Now obviously I can't film any of that, but I should be knocking off around midday to early afternoon. So I'm sure I can get some pictures and footage of this beautiful museum later on when I have finished my shift. I've been to the Brooklands Museum a number of times over the years, and it's quite a surreal feeling to think I actually work here now, officially. Got my lanyard, got my shirt. Definitely feels like the kind of place I should be working. don't know how many horsepower this bus is, but I think this bus is 2 horsepower. Even the toilets here at Brooklands are interesting. Well, I finished my first ever shift at the Brooklands Motor and Aviation Museum. I hope you guys have enjoyed the clips that I've put together just wandering around the museum after my official shift actually finished. So it's been a really nice day, and they've got a kind of staff and visitor, or not visitor, but I guess special guest parking for classic vehicles only. And when I saw the sign I thought, well, my camper is definitely a classic. So I've been parked here in full display, and it's caused quite a splash. A lot of the staff have come out going, oh, what's that? I've not seen that truck before. And particularly the guys in the bus museum, they were like, wow, what is that thing? So I think I've made quite a good impression on my first day. Right, I've finished my second shift at Brooklands, and yeah, it went really well, exceptionally well. A colleague of mine who you do something called shadowing, so you watch a session, and then when you feel confident doing, they say maybe 3 or 4 shadow sessions, and then you can do it. And I just watched them once and then did it. There was one which was based on what it was like to be back at home during World War II, and it's kind of about the Blitz and evacuees and things, and I was able to tell them stories that my granddad Ron told me when he was growing up on the south coast, and the German bombers flying over and finding unexploded bombs in the sand. I told them about how my grandma was terrified of the doodle bug, which is the self-flying bomb. And I just had a really good time, and I had some really good feedback from teachers and also my colleagues that were watching me. So really enjoyed working here, but it's time to head back down south and hopefully get some more shifts here at Brooklands very soon.